Canada's most expensive summer festival hits Edmonton year after year. And a visit to K-Days, or Klondike Days as I like to remember it, can be one of the most fun days you spend all summer. Or it can be the most exhausting, not only on you, but on your wallet as well. My family and I go year after year, so we wanted to share our 7 tips to K-Days like a boss. And to help us out, we're going to look at 2 fictional families of 4. Let's meet the planners and the unplanners, who each take a different approach to the exhibition. Let's get started with tip number 1. Buy your passes in advance. At $20 a pop for adults and $18 for kids over 7, a family of 4 might be looking at a whopping $76 just to step foot on the grounds. No rides, no food, no games, that just gets you in the door. And while there are some very cool things to check out that you get included with your admission, it's very much a large amount of money to spend for simple gate admission. If you buy advance passes in the month leading up to K-Days, the same family of 4 would save $16. But you can do even better. If you buy passes even earlier than that, they're only $10 each. And we can see that the planners are already making the most of their money. Tip number 2, go during the week and get there early. Okay, fine. Not everyone can get the day off to go to K-Days during the week, and that's understandable. But if you can, it's a great idea so you can avoid those weekend crowds. But regardless of what day you go, get there early. Arriving just before they open at noon, and with your pre-purchased passes, will get you and your family on the fairground before the huge crowds have a chance to grow. Tip number 3, ride all day passes. This only works if you're a fan of rides, but if you are a fan, this is definitely the way to go. Let's revisit our 2 families, who both happen to love rides and want to ride all day. The unplanners buy the $50 ticket pack, which gets them 55 tickets, and that's enough for really only 2 rides each. So, by the time they've each gone on only 4 or 5 rides, they've already spent $100. And they still want to go on more. It's easy to rack up those rides too. Each ride down that huge slide is 4 tickets, and that's a ride a lot of people want to ride over and over again. If you are going to ride all day, then it makes sense to buy the ride all day passes. So, let's go back and say the unplanners at least had the foresight to buy the ride all day passes. At $51 each, that's $204 for the 4 of them. Yikes. But at least now they can ride all the rides they want. On the other hand, the planners knew that they wanted to hit the rides at K-Days well in advance. So, once again, they took advantage of those advance tickets. They bought the advance ride all day passes for $47 each. That saved them $12 and they can ride all day. But here's the real advantage. The advanced ride all day passes also include your gate admission. So, if you factor in the $18 to $20 gate admission into each pass, they're riding those rides all day for only $30. Which leads us to tip number 4. Blitz your favorite rides first. By the time late afternoon rolls around, the most popular rides have super long lines. You'll end up waiting 20, 30, 40 minutes, sometimes longer, for the most popular rides in the park. But since the planners family followed tip number 2 and arrived at K-Days early, they headed straight for their favorite rides. They were able to ride the roller coasters and other popular rides multiple times in the same time it took the unplanners to ride a single ride. If you blitz your favorite rides early, you'll find you'll get all the benefits of that $25 front-of-the-line pass without actually needing to buy one. Tip number 5, pack for the day. Stopping for a $5 soda every time you get thirsty or a $7 snack every time you're hungry, that adds up fast. It's bad enough when you're buying for just yourself, let alone a whole family. So, come prepared. Bring a few empty water bottles you can fill up at the water fountains. Pack a few snacks or maybe some sandwiches. And here's a secret that some parents probably already know. Inside the Expo Center kids area, there is a milk and cookie stand. You can get a carton of white or chocolate milk plus a Cookies by George cookie for $2.50. You can't get a snack this size anywhere in K-Days for that price. But you don't need to be a kid to take advantage of this affordable treat. One other hint, There's a Tim Hortons van selling small coffees for the carnival inflated price of $2, which isn't so bad in this atmosphere. But they also sell small smoothies for only $1. A cold treat for $1 is unheard of at K-Days. All this will allow you to stay full, while at the same time following tip number 6. Pick a few food favorites. A big part of K-Days is getting the chance to try some good old-fashioned, unhealthy, greasy, over-the-top, and often ridiculous carnival food. Nearly none of these treats are affordable, so think about the 1 or 2 items that you really want to try before you go, and plan to spend only a set amount on treating yourself to these foods. This way, you'll balance your spending while at the same time trying some of those crazy carnival foods that only come around once a year. Finally, all of this planning won't make a difference until you arrive, so make sure that you follow tip number 7. Weigh your transit options. Now, it's super easy to jump in this and say use public transit, but it's not always the best option. It certainly is if you're traveling by yourself or maybe with one other person. Also, it's great that kids under 12 ride free with a paying adult. And if you already have a bus pass, this is a no-brainer. However, ETS is far from the best solution for all circumstances. Let's say that the families decide to take public transit. Their youngest child rides free, so 3 of them to and from K-Days cost $19.50. That's only half $1 savings versus the price of parking at K-Days. But there are some close by lots that sell parking for only $15. Alternatively, if you get there early and park at the Northlands lot, you'll be very close to the park gates. You can pack a full lunch and leave it in a cooler in the car. You'd save more money by eating even one meal or even a single beverage out of the cooler in your car than the 50 cents you'd save on public transit. Add in the convenience of using your own vehicle, storage for strollers, backpacks, food, anything else you might need, and parking at K-Days might be a much more attractive option. But this is based solely on each individual. There is no one single transit method that is right for everyone. So make sure you weigh your options and figure out what's right for you. So in the end, we can see that the planners not only saved money, but they perhaps had a more enjoyable time at K-Days. I hope sharing the tips which have enhanced my family's experience over the years will help make K-Days more fun and more affordable for you. So, what did I miss? What tips or hints do you have for going to K-Days? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, sharing it with your friends, and giving us a thumbs up. Also, here are some other videos. We hope you like them. Oh, and thanks for watching.